everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Vivian. Today I'm going to be talking about the healthcare visa. In an earlier video, I'm going to be showing you how the migration lead decided to ensure that people who work in the care setting and healthcare assistants can be put on the shortage occupation. Now, this is because of a lot of pressure in recruitment and a lot of problems due to the Omicron and due to the COVID-19 ravaging healthcare workers working in the care setting. Now, the Home Office has accepted to put the carers and healthcare assistants and people working in the care setting into the shortage occupation for an interim period of up to 1 month until April 22, when they make a decision either to leave it at 12 months or increase it to more than 12 months. When you apply for this visa is going to be lasting for 3 to 5 years anyways. Healthcare visa for healthcare assistants or carers. What does this entail? You may be wondering who is a healthcare assistant. Where I come from, they are called auxiliaries. You can be a nurse who is not trained, you're a healthcare assistant. If you are a carer who looks after elderly people or work with vulnerable people, people with learning disability, or you are a support worker, you are a healthcare assistant. Any other thing that works in the nursing, in a nursing firm, or nurses, nursery nurses, any form of nursing that you do, either for children or for adults, that cares for people in their homes, in the community, in the hospitals, or in the care setting, are all under this visa route. You can actually apply for this visa route. And also, if you are somebody who is interested in nursing and you have no background in health, this is a care route for you to become a carer, because in the UK anybody can actually become a carer. All you need is just a basic SSC or YX certificate. As a matter of fact, when you go on the internet to look for these jobs, they're usually on a band 2 level, and the minimum requirement is for GCSE, which is equivalent to our WAEC examination, and SSC in Africa, West Africa. Now, this visa route has been approved and is already ongoing, and people are coming to the UK already, and it's going to be reviewed again in April 2021 to determine if it's going to be extended more than 12 months or going to just be for only 12 months. This visa route is the only visa route on the UK visa system that is below the level 3 RQF, okay, regulated qualifications. Now, every other job on that list is above the level 3, or at least an A level. So this is an opportunity for people to actually come into care and support the need for the health care system and the people in care settings. It's going to be like the standard point-based system. You will need an employer who is able to sponsor you. You will need a job offer. You will need a qualification, which now is below the level 3 RQF. However, you will need your GCSE, okay, or your WAEC or SSC, or the equivalent where you come from, the Philippines or in India, wherever you are in the world. Your basic secondary education is expected of you, and certification to show that you have been through secondary education. You also need your English language qualification, which is going to be on a band 4.5 or a band 4. Now, if you do an English language test, which is usually the IELTS, it should be the academic, and preferably I would say you do the UKVI, because that is what is required for you to apply for a visa. So you will need that to prove your English language, and if you want to use any other means to prove your English language, you can pay, whereby you prove that your study was in English. However, because this is below the level 3, you cannot use that route. Now, you must have a job offer, a English language, you must have a certificate of sponsorship, and you must have a salary which has been agreed to be at £20,000. Now, the agreement on this visa is that you're paid at least £20,000 per annum. Now, the contract for this is going to be full-time. Full-time varies from employer to an employer. It could be 33 hours, some is 36 hours, some is 34.5 hours, others is 37 hours, but most care homes will take you for all the full hours, 44 hours or 39 hours. So just find out what the contract is on your job offer. Now, if you have all these things, I mentioned you need to have a lot of experience. And for the healthcare visa or healthcare assistant visa, you do not need a lot of experience. For senior health visa, you need experience. But for this visa route, you do not need experience, or at least to put yourself in front of employers for them to shortlist you for an interview. You need to have some form of experience in health, even if it is volunteering. Okay, even if it's doing a healthcare certificate online, which is usually free on most websites, go do a healthcare certificate. I can do another video to show you some of the questions that I ask for people in health care interviews on the band 2 level. Okay, you can actually go and do a healthcare assistant certificate or a care certificate, or you do a level 2 care certificate or a level 2 adult and social care certificate. Most of these certifications are very cheap, £5. Some of them are cheap, some of them are even discounted. So if you have these, it only gives you leverage and puts you in front of employers. Okay, they know at least you have this certification, and if you go a further extra mile and go and do volunteering, or at least even get a job as a healthcare assistant in your home country, is going to put you in front of the crowd. And why this is important is because you need referencing, at least from somebody who is in care, to say that you usually come here to volunteer, you've worked with us, or we trained you in this. And then this will give most of these employers the leeway to give you this job, trusting that you already have practiced in a healthcare setting. But if you have no experience and you are lucky, probably they are so desperate, you may be taken for the job without an experience. But this is going to be very rare. Remember, you are competing against European Union candidates who may be living in the UK already. So you need to put yourself in front and put yourself in a very good way. Prepare yourself so that even if you are shortlisted for an interview, you are able to give them the nuggets they want to hear, and they are able to give you that job without fail. Now, most of these employers will not pay for your flight ticket. However, they will pay for your visa. So it's going to be a lot of cost for you if you're coming through the healthcare visa, unlike for nurses where they are sponsored for most of the things. However, if it's a lot of people are looking, into all of this as an investment. So if you can afford it, it is worth doing. I wouldn't be calling the name of any agencies that are recruiting people, because they're actually asking for a lot of money. But all I would say is that whoever you go with, ensure they have a track record and a most recent record of getting people into the UK. The associated cost of this healthcare visa, even if your employer is paying for your sponsor certificate, is the cost of your flight, the cost of your accommodation, the cost of you writing your IELTS examination, the cost of you going to train or to volunteer as a healthcare assistant if you want a certificate for it, the cost of you going to do the course online, the care certificate course, or if you are going ahead to do a level 2 or a level 3 adults and social care certificate course, the cost of police clearance, okay, the cost of applying for the visa if your sponsor is not willing to pay for the visa, because these people are just new into recruitment and they do not really know how to drive recruitment. Now, the other thing you need to think about is the cost of your tuberculosis test. These things are the things you need to factor into planning for this healthcare visa. However, in the long term, it is a good investment for you and your family. You should also factor the cost of your passport, the cost of your driving license, because care jobs require you driving from places to places, and I'm sure most of these agencies require you to be a driver and at least have some experience in care. So having the cost of your license, and if you have not a driver, going to learn how to drive, because it is very essential. And like I said, most of these agencies are actually asking people to pay monies, so you have to factor the cost of paying these agencies for recruiting you, or being the middleman between you and the recruiter, or ensuring that you get a job offer in the UK. So most of them are actually asking you to pay monies, so you have to bear this in mind when you go to any agency. ensure they have a track record. You know, somebody who has come through them in recent time, and I'm putting emphasis on in recent time because a lot have done it in the past, however presently do not have job offers for people. So look for people who are recruiting in recent time and who have a track record and who are able to give you a job. Okay, because the most important thing here is a job. If you don't have a job, you don't have a certificate of sponsorship. If you don't have a certificate of sponsorship, everything you've spent in studying is as good as nothing. So bear this in mind. The healthcare visa for carers and healthcare assistants is very nice for anybody who has no background in health. However, you can actually work your way into this visa route and come into the UK to settle with your family. And the good thing is that you can come into your family and they can also settle with you, and you don't have to pay the IHS fee, and you don't have to provide proof of funds in your accounts if you're coming via these routes, provided your employer certifies that they are happy to sponsor you financially and your family. So I will end this video by saying this visa route is very valid. However, you have to trade with caution. I have made another video warning people about scammers out there who are out there scamming people of information which is readily available online. Okay, I will tell you, don't just go for everything that asks you to pay for money. Google these things. Google is your best friend. Most of these informations are online. Go to government.uk. You'll find most of this information readily available, such that you do not even need to pay anybody to get these informations. The things that you usually would need is an employer who will help you with a job offer and a certificate of sponsorship. Focus mostly on care homes, focus on NHSs for band 2 roles or band 3 roles if you have some healthcare experiences. If you have no healthcare experiences, focus on band 2 roles, and hopefully you get the job that you need and the certificate of sponsorship. NHS, because the NHS is vast already in sponsoring people, and care home because the care homes actually are the main leaders for care roles in the UK. I hope you find this useful. If you have any question, do well to ask. I'll do my best to answer. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.